Howdy folks and welcome to Brain Rotters. An exciting new development has just happened. Sony and Marvel has just premiered the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. So here are all the Easter eggs, a massive breakdown of the trailer, so stay with me, okay? So before we get into the finer details of the trailer, let's talk about some of the Spider-Verse Easter eggs. The fact that we're going to get Tobey Maguire's Dr. Octopus is insane, which was confirmed a while ago, but the fact that it's really him is totally amazing. The reason he likely knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man is because maybe it's concurrent in every universe that Peter is Spider-Man, considering the fact that number 2, we get Andrew Garfield's Electro in the trailer, and this time he is not blue. Jamie Foxx is set to return as a character, and I think now looking at Electro's lightning being gold, comic book accurate by the way, maybe Spider-Man's new black and gold suit is conductive to electricity, providing Spider-Man with the convenient means to get close enough to him. And lastly, we also not only get Doc Ock on the bridge, but Green Goblin too. You know, it's interesting that we get to see Doc Ock and Green Goblin, both from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. So it makes me think that, it makes me understand that Spider-Man fell into the Spider-Verse. See, it makes sense that both Maguire Spider-Man villains would be separated from Electro because that means our Peter Parker fell into Andrew's universe later on. As per the finer details of the film, we learn the reason behind the multiverse opening is because Doctor Strange messed with space-time, and it's as Iron Man said in Endgame, when you mess with time, it tends to mess back. This is time messing back with a massive multiverse opening, specifically the Spider-Verse. I mean, rewinding to the beginning of the trailer, it seems like the movie kicks off right where we left off with J. Jonah Jameson announcing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. In that brief swinging shot, we actually see Spider-Man swing past a small United States flag symbol, which is the last time a Spider-Man did that was Tobey Maguire. So there's another Spider-Man reference for you. The symbol of Peter Parker's face in Spider-Man split into halves is the same cover from the comics of Spider-Man, the Most Wanted comic. The guy here that is questioning Spider-Man is wearing a uniform with the letters DODC, otherwise known as Department of Damage Control, which we know is the company that took over kind of superhero cleanup, so I'm not sure why they have him coming in. Anyway, in the top right corner of the screen, Betty Brant, the school's journalist, returns from the previous films. Later on, we see Aunt May and Peter watching J. Jonah Jameson on the screen when they get a knock at the door, which I believe personally to be some kind of harassment maybe, or someone coming to see them. In this shot, there's a blurry photo of a subway worker wearing a blue jacket with bright green tracks on it. Now, I couldn't find it, but we know from a leaked No Way Home image for Electro in the movie, he actually starts like looking exactly like that with the blue and the green jacket. It's a Christmas film, so the Sanctum being in the snow makes sense, but also not sure why Doctor Strange can't just heat things up, even having someone shovel snow in the far left of the screen for some reason. Anyway, Steven is also wearing a Columbia University sweater. Something we actually haven't learned about Doctor Strange is that he went to Columbia University to get his surgeon career going, or his education. We see Spider-Man running through a homeless shelter, but I think it is Feast from the comics and Spider-Man video game, where it is a major New York homeless shelter, and I know this to be a fact that it's Feast since we got a set photo a while back confirming that Feast is in the movie. You can see this chef pointing somewhere, meaning he is giving Spider-Man directions maybe where the bad guy he is chasing went or the exit. I don't know, but there's villainous connotation behind that. We can see West 33rd Street in the trailer here, which is right next to 34th Street, where Quentin Beck lives in the comics and was the site of a Sandman attack between the Human Torch and Spider-Man in the comics. By the looks of where Wong is going, we can assume it's likely he's going to Carmartage. Hey, you made it this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. You know, we can see upon Electro returning, you can actually see the Daily Bugle truck right here. So expect J. Jonah Jameson to be a prominent character in the MCU moving forward. With the deconstruction of the multiverse, we can see Spider-Man falling through a similar shot from Doctor Strange. The train sequence is an obvious homage to the classic train sequence from the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire train sequence in his movie. We see the astral form of Spidey get punched out of Spider-Man, giving the symbolism of Spider-Man and Peter Parker being two different people, when Peter's arc seems to be finding out who he wants to be, either Spider-Man or Peter Parker. He can't do both. This is symbolism for that, for his arc in the movie. Not sure what the box is that Spider-Man is holding, but it must be something Doctor Strange tells Spider-Man to use to help Spidey carry around something like inside that will help him moving forward. Maybe it masks his identity. Maybe it helps him actually learn some sorcery. We see Spider-Man in his old Iron Spider suit when we know from Lego boxes and such that he will do a new comic book accurate Spidey suit for the film. We see S.H.I.E.L.D., or maybe this is Sword breaching a penthouse of Happy, so now Happy is in trouble with Sword or S.H.I.E.L.D. Not sure why. He's under protection from Nick Fury, so it can't be either of those organizations, but I do think it might be Sword. We see a flying monster behind Peter who is wearing the same suit he is wearing outside of the courthouse later in the trailer, and I don't think the flying thing is a vulture because it's more of a black manifestation behind him, but maybe the vulture likely got some upgrades. I don't know, but sticking with this manifestation thing, I think it might be a vision of something, like a nightmare that Peter has, that is given to Peter of his fears manifesting like Vulture, like Mysterio, etc., getting to Aunt May, killing everyone he loves because Peter being outed as Spider-Man, now his loved ones are in danger, and that vision is what leads him to Doctor Strange. We also know the villain of Doctor Strange of the Multiverse of Madness to be Nightmare, who gives people just that, nightmares. So that could be Nightmare already toying with Strange's multiverse issue before it even begins, and it all starts with Peter. One of the last things here, I'm pretty sure that is Flash Thompson blonde, which is something. You also have to wonder if Peter Parker is getting Strange to just straight up make sure Mysterio never outed him as Spider-Man, which is what he's doing, but if he's legitimately gonna do that, if we will get to see Mysterio not get the chance to do so, and if he never got the chance to do so, then maybe that could resurrect him. Maybe he never even died to begin with. Now I know if we're playing by Hulk's rules here, it's a whole new reality thing, but I think it's more or less just messing with time, and I don't know, it's very complicated, but I do think Mysterio might have a shot about coming back to the MCU if we're dealing with multiverse stuff right now. Thank you all so much for watching. What do you think of my theories? What do you think of these Easter eggs? What do you think of this breakdown? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below about this massive new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you are new, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. We are on the road to 1,000 subs, so anything is appreciated. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.